Good morning, dear ones. Reverend Robert Brzezinski with you. It is the 4th of June, June 4th, and it is time for morning prayers, 8:15 a.m. every day, Mountain Time. And we do evening prayers at 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time. And I want to start talking about this because starting on Monday, we're going to have a couple of guest hosts, and my dear friends Reverend Elzia Sekou and Reverend Lisa Bear are going to guest host for me, and they're going to fill in for many of the morning and the evening prayers. My family and I are taking a little trip and need to get a vacation in, and need to get some beach time, and need to get some difference in our routine than around the house for after 3 months. So we're going to be very safe, I promise you that. And you're in really good hands with Reverend Elzia and Reverend Lisa. They are they're jazzed up. They're excited to be sharing the prayer with you and supporting me by allowing me this time to get away and still keep this service running, this broadcast running. So keep joining us. I know you're going to have a good time. And I've got some good guests coming up between now and then, and scheduling a great series of guests for when I get back from my trip. And later in June, we're going to have a global group. We're going to have a group of global people from around the planet. And we're going to do our best to see how many continents we can hit and how many countries we can hit before the end of June. So join us for that. I would love to have you. Well, anyway, I'll talk more about that later. For now, today, I said this last night in the prayers, and after the prayers last night, I forget where I first picked this up, but the saying is that a minister, a preacher, preaches the same message until the congregation demonstrates. Now, I'm not here to preach, and you're not a congregation. We're all in this together. This is prayer work. However, it did strike me that we do prayer until we see the demonstration. And in this moment, in this country, we need to keep praying for our brothers and sisters of color. There's no question about it. So that's going to just be part of the experience moving forward. It's not every day's focus. It's not the primary focus every day. And there is a piece of this that I encourage all of us to keep praying the prayer until the demonstration is made, no matter what that's about. Whether that's about justice, whether that's about freedom, whether that's about prosperity or love or light or any of the things that we pray to recognize and have more in our lives, we pray the prayer until the prayer is demonstrated. So join me. I invite you to join in this moment. If you're comfortable, close your eyes. Allow yourself to feel the sensations of the body temple. Allow yourself to be aware of your breath. Relax the body temple. And I invite you to set aside anything that it's taken to be in this moment, in this day, in this place right now. And join in a recognition of the one. Join a recognition of that one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence that operates as all of life. I call that God. And I recognize God by many, many names. Some call it Buddha or Brahma or Allah, Vishnu, Kuan Yin, Source Energy, Muhammad. No matter what the name, no matter what the image, the icon, the experience, it's all God, it's all good, and it's all happening right now. So I recognize God as the love and the light of life, as the beauty and the truth, as the health and the wealth and the well-being and the abundance and the prosperity. Anything that comes to mind must be God. The good, that which we humanly claim not so good. Doesn't matter what it is, it's God. The furry creatures, the creepy crawly creatures, every blade of grass, every rainbow, every raindrop. All part of this one thing called life, God's life. So I know there is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect, and that life is my life right now. And if that's true, then God must be, and its perfection must be expressing as all life as your life right now. I invite you to take that in and feel that truth that God right now is expressing itself through and as your life, as every breath, every thought, every word, every imagining, every activity, every aspect of this grand and glorious thing that is your life is God expressing into the world, God bringing itself into the world. So what I know is I know that we each have the power to direct that presence, to direct this flow based on the words we use, the beliefs we hold, that which we share and profess. And I've heard it said that every word is a prayer. Every thought is a prayer. For as I think it, I'm casting that thought into the law, into the dynamic action of the law that must manifest in some way, in some form, in some shape. Never, not always exactly as I imagine, but always as I believe. And so in this day, I claim for each one that hears these words that deep sense of saying, yes, I shall believe affirmatively. Yes, I shall turn away from the negativity. I shall turn away from the doubt and the despair. I shall turn away from that which is not serving human evolution and invest my energy in what it is I do desire. In imagining a world that works for everyone, envisioning a new vision for human life on the planet, envisioning a new way of being in community, allowing our own human energy, our human truth to reveal a world that works. We start within. I create a world that works for me so that I may serve this vision of a world that works for everyone. I allow spirit to guide and direct my hands into the right activities, the right connections, the right relationships, so I may fulfill this vision, so I may be the vision of God's life revealing itself on the planet. I know in my humanness that things are breaking down, that old systems are dying off, that things are crumbling where they're no longer necessary. And I know that it is through our collective consciousness that we create newly, that we create a new way, a new system, a new ideal, a new perspective of everything, our education system, our healthcare system, our law enforcement system, our incarceration system, our justice system, transportation, you name it, everything is open for a reformation, a reformation of truth, a reimagining of how life happens on planet Earth. We have that opportunity right now, and I claim for each one that is a part of this experience, this broadcast, now or at another time, I claim for each one a deep sense of saying, yes, I shall serve. Yes, I shall serve this emerging vision, however I may be called. For no matter how I am called, it is God's calling, and it is my great honor to give my gifts in service to that call, in service to this emerging vision. There's something beautiful happening in so many ways, in so many places. And yes, it is sometimes hard to see. And yes, I turn and I remind myself through prayer, through meditation, that it is beautiful. It is good because it is God, and it could be no other way. It could be no other way. God must express, God must create, and I allow that to happen through my words, through my hands. I follow the divine guidance. I follow the divine wisdom. I follow the divine vision. And I figure out what is mine to do. What is mine to do. And in this moment, I claim for each an experience of knowing what is next, what is yours to do around race-based hatred and violence. What is yours to do? Allow spirit, allow yourself to just know, to just be in that place of knowing this is what's mine to do as part of the healing team around race-based relations and violence and hatred in the United States, because that's not God's doing. God is in there somewhere. It is the human that has clouded the vision. It is the human that has created the division. And it is human that must wash away and wash the windows so we see clearly that deeply we are one. We must wash away the disbelief and the doubt. We must wash away the dirtiness from the window so we can see clearly into the dimension that reveals the oneness. We are one. Deeply, we are one. So I allow myself to be in that place of knowing what is mine to do in all this. And then doing that with a grateful heart, doing what God calls with a grateful heart. So I release this word into the law that must say yes, that is already operating upon this word. And I just let it be. I let go and I let God be God. That's my life, that's all life. I invite you to join in an affirmation of that truth as we say together. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you, dear ones. So grateful to be with you. Thank you for being here. Good morning, Ursula. Yes. And so it is. Thank you. And Cynthia, thank you for being with us this morning. Good to see you. Everyone else, I thank you. I can see that there's people here, and I don't know who you are because it only shows me when you comment. So when you comment, then I know who you are and I can say hello and that kind of stuff. So thank you, Gina. Good to see you. Very good to see you. Grateful you're with us. Grateful you're all with us. And if you haven't heard, I really do want to invite you to a really special event this coming Saturday morning, just a couple of days away now. Oh my gosh, I better get to work on this. No, I'm doing a lot of work on this. So the New Thought Media Network Expansion Jam, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Mountain. It'll be after morning prayers, obviously. And we're going to share the vision, mission, purpose behind this emerging ministry. We are affiliating with Soul Call Ministries as a 501c3 nonprofit. That's exciting news. And we've got a lot going on, concert announcements, so much more. And then an opportunity at 9:30, we'll slip into some Zoom rooms and we'll have an opportunity to share face-to-face. And if you're interested in serving and supporting this ministry and this nonprofit work, then we'd love to have you join us. Check out the broadcast to see what we're about, and then join us in the private workspace if you want to get involved. And we do have a couple of concerts coming up. Karen Drucker and David All on July 19th. I don't have the banner just finished just yet, but I'll have that out later today for Harold Payne, Jan Garrett, and JD Martin. Just an amazing lineup of musicians. This is going to be a fun concert as well. And that's on Sunday, July 12th. So make sure you save those dates. The 12th and the 19th, couple of back-to-back Sunday evening concerts presented by New Thought Radio Network, New Thought Media Network, and New Thought Radio. Positively inspiring concert series coming up soon. I love you, dear ones. I'm off into my day. I trust that you have a great day as well, and I look forward to seeing you all real soon. Peace and blessings. Bye now.